Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And we are back here with Michelle Dellene, who is our yogic healer, health coach, life coach. And she's really on a mission to help those in her field as well, help them get through what they need to survive to help other people. So you really are a do-it-all woman. Also, can I say bikini model? And how would you describe yourself?
Hi, Jill. So nice to see you again today. Yes, I'm Michelle Dellene. I'm a yogic healer, but I wear so many hats. So like this weekend, totally won the title of Bikini Debut, first place.
Congratulations. I saw it on her Instagram page, by the way, which is Michelle Dellene, 2 L's for Michelle, and then Dellene. Yay, you look gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. So exciting. So much fun. I'm pretty sure I was born for this because when I saw all girls just like dressed up in sparkles, just showing off their beauty and hitting poses, I'm like, this is what I've been doing naturally my whole life.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that achievement and all that you do. And also you're an aerialist as well. The hats keep coming. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, aerial is one of my passions too, and how incredibly healing. So I work one-on-one with clients to bring healing to them. Specifically, my mission is to deliver healing to the healers of the world. So I incorporate that through lifestyle coaching, through practice of allopathic medicine, and by tying in all these fun pieces like aerial silks. Like I'll literally tie you up, flip you upside down, and it opens up your spine, allows you to decompress and heal.
Beautiful.
So one of the very many ways that I'm able to really extend my gift and services to my community.
Wonderful. So for today's show, do you have an area of focus? Where did you want to start?
I just wanted to completely be honest and like, after the show, the first thing I did was shove 2 donuts in my mouth.
Come on, that's my job. I do that with potato chips. No.
Oh my God, I did it with potato chips.
Were you nervous? Was that nerves or?
Oh no, it was excitement. And
okay, good. I'm like, you don't seem like the donut-eating type, but you look amazing. I want to be that type of donut-eating type.
Okay, so donuts are like one of my very favorite indulgent meals.
What type?
Okay, so I'm really torn between like the strawberry glazed and the chocolate glazed. They're both my favorite.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm really hungry. So go ahead. Yeah. So after the show, you were excited. You had a good time. I'm glad that you were able to express yourself and hopefully, reach out, gain a new audience and insight to what you do so you can help other people.
Yeah, it was great. But then also, just taking that moment to reflect, like it was great to indulge, but to be honest, I took it too far. And what's really cool is everything is a lesson, right? So by indulging, I was like, oh, I feel good. My glycogen stores still were depleted, right? Because I was fasting and really focusing on optimizing my nutrition before the show to really optimize like the aesthetics and the performance part. But when that happens, you can kind of lean away from true health or the ability to feel well, right? And so I went full blown off the wall, Jill. Like, don't Halloween candy. We got burgers. I mean, everything like from bread to pita to toast. I mean, like everything, all the carbs, all the processed sugar. And I'm just not one to eat like that. I usually eat everything just fresh and healthy and natural. And you know what it really allowed me to see was how the body reacts to all of these different processed foods and sugars and carbs. And I felt so heavy, like in so many ways. Physically, I just wanted to like curl up and snuggle and watch movies. I felt much more like grounded. And then, I mean, I can even like hear it in my voice, just deeper, a little bit of inflammation. People will even say that's called laryngitis or
inflammation.
Yeah, and it's cool, like as this yogi scientist, just being the observer through all the meditation that I've done, I'm able to really like sit back and like see, wow, like this is why people feel this way. And this is why it's so hard to make that conscious change to eat healthy, because this is where people usually practice their daily nutrition regimen. So I just had to be vulnerable and share. And in that way, I could connect with people, but also to bring that awareness to them, like that all it takes is this conscious choice. Like this morning, I'm like back on my schedule and already feel so much better.
Wow. Wow. So, I mean, just eating like that for that little amount of time really made you feel not well. Now,
Yeah.
were you always this fit, always into health and eating? Were you always, did you grow up this way?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I grew up
Okay.
on
So
like
you've been to both sides of the spectrum, which is great. You really can
yeah,
empathize with other people out there. Okay.
100%. It really is easy with children to just give them something that's like processed and like ready to go or cereal out of the box because I mean, it's colorful and it's full of sugar and it's everything that they want. It's very appealing to
Yeah.
them, but it's not necessarily nourishing. So also, being a mother and being in that position of like truly understanding how difficult and challenging it can be to provide optimized nutrition for your little one. I understand it from all perspectives, like being the patient, being the healer, the mother,
Hmm.
and the child. And honestly, it's all yoga. Like, this is what yoga philosophy talks about.
Yeah.
It's all like energy, like through this deep work that we do through reflection, retrospection, and self study, we're able to really become the observer, the scientist of this grand experiment we call life. And as we are able to step out of really being in it and just allow ourselves to kind of investigate how we dealt with the situation, we become better. And then we can
Yeah.
share, that insight that we've gained with our community.
Absolutely. Well, let me ask you this. So, how old are your kids?
Ella, she's 3 years old, almost
Uh-huh.
4.
And wait a second. So, how does your 3 and 4-year-old eat? Are you telling me she eats all healthy? Or
Oh no.
does she? Okay. How do you do it? I have a 4 and 6-year-old, so I know it can be rough, but nutrition with kids is important. But they
Mhm.
see, and then they're friends, and they're in school, and everything is processed in the bag, even the goldfish, the Cheez-Its. I'm guilty.
I know it. It's so true. And in the beginning, Jill, when I first enrolled her in this academy while I was working full time, I was just distraught because every picture, every meal they posted on this app that all the moms kind of keep up with their day-to-day activity was all processed. And I was like writing letters and I was like, oh my God, we need more fruit. Like, can you just give her water instead of like, this tainted, red
Drinks
dye?
with sugar. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But then there's also something, it was kind of like an epiphany that occurred to me during one of my meditations is that inflammation is necessary to build, right? So, this is why athletes stay away from nonsteroidal anti inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, aspirin, goody powder, naproxen, anything like that, because they limit inflammation. And if you want to create hypertrophy or you want to build that muscle, right? Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You need yes, look at that.
I don't work out. This is just, but it's not muscle. It's like fat, but
I love
whatever.
it. So you're like, I woke up like this.
I did not. Oh my gosh.
I'm naturally gorgeous. Yes. And own it. Own it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, we need that inflammation, especially as children. They are
Hmm.
growing at this exponential rate. So yeah, it's all about balance. So she can have those processed things during the day. She can have that experience with her friends to be connected. All that energy matters. It's almost worse for a little kid to be the outlier of the group.
Yeah, not my mommy said, no, I can't have this. And then they become sheltered, distant, and then feel left out of something. Good. Good.
Exactly. And especially that energy is so important to optimize when eating, because that's how our body assimilates. That's how those nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals become bioavailable for our
Okay.
body to absorb
Hmm.
too. So it's all about the energy.
Great.
Yes.
Well, it's exciting to be here again. Michelle Dellene, welcome to the show. We are joined here by you and your website, michelledellene.com. 2 L's for Michelle, right? Two
Uh,
L's for Dellene. And also want to point out here as a yogic healer, she's helping people not just locally, and you're in Florida, right? But all over the world. So,
yes.
as a yogic healer, as an aerialist, oh my gosh, you're like a mom, a gymnast, a coach. There's so much to you and your business and mind, body, soul, spirit. What did you want to talk about today? I know we've discussed yoga, nutrition optimization. What else do you have in store for us today on this? By the way, Zoom and podcast. So some people are listening right now, not seeing you. They should on the Zoom. They should definitely tune in for that as well. But we are doing both here live today.
So I want to share some exciting news on actually, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Okay, so 8 days, a week from tomorrow, I will be married. And so
Congratulations. It's here. Oh my gosh. I see the ring. It's beautiful, by the way. When I first
yes. He
so
did such a good job.
Tell me about your honey. Who is he? Who is he?
Anthony. He is a commodity trader. He's 33. He's fabulous. He introduced me to yoga and all things spiritual meditation. And truly, honestly, he's my partner in life, my lover, but he was an incredible light that came into me, kind of like a guardian angel who saved me. You know, I was like working so many hours, at least 60 hours a week as a surgery PA, and I was not healthy. I love tequila, I love gin, and so I was drinking with my friends, you know, nothing out of the ordinary, and I love wine. Just overindulging, you know, and it wasn't really serving my highest self. I was probably 25 pounds heavier and didn't really have a routine exercise regimen.
Okay.
So he really helped me and guided me. Like he invited me to a yoga class for our first date. And have you ever taken yin, Jill?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. So
I've heard of yin yoga, but I've never done it. No.
It's fabulous. The science behind it is incredible, but just to paint the picture is you just lay in these stretching poses and hold it while they play music and light candles, and they come around with like aromatherapy, massage your hair. And Anthony and I are just like holding hands, like gazing into each other's eyes. And I'm like, okay, this should be like a Friday night date night thing.
For this was how many years ago?
This was March 1st was when we met, and I'm pretty sure that was a Friday, so it was March 9th was the first ever Friday night yin. Yeah.
Wow. And then so you've been together how many months? When did he propose?
He proposed in June of 2020, so a little over a year ago. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm so thankful for him. He's
wonderful.
Incredible.
Well, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. I could see you glowing talking about him. So hello, Anthony, if you're watching and listening, I'm sure you'll see this later. Your beautiful bride to be. Does he know any aspects of anything, or did you keep it a secret?
Oh yeah, he knows everything. We talk
the dress, the everything, like he knows.
Oh, well, he hasn't seen the dress.
Okay.
Surprise. Yeah. And I just get so excited. I kind of slip up and say things, and we're very connected. So I feel like he knows everything already, but there is an element of surprise that, I definitely will bring to the table. There's a few things that we've talked about that I'm hoping to perform at the wedding. So hopefully I can bring that into fruition.
I see it now. I see white silks.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And by the way, I see his picture in the background. Beautiful.
Tuned in. I love it.
Well, congrats. So do you get to do a honeymoon, or do you waiting a little bit, or how does that work?
Well, we are going to Tortuga. I don't know if you have been kind of out of the loop as far as live music. Like in Florida, they haven't really introduced that. So this is this huge event. All country music stars are coming, and we're so excited. I'm going to wear my veil and my dress and just run around like a mad woman and sing country tunes.
Beautiful. I love country music too. Oh my gosh. So congrats. When is the big date, by the way?
11/11.
Oh, awesome. Great. So wait, will you be here next week? You probably won't. You will?
Oh, I totally will.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be too nervous the day before my wedding. I'd be like, wait. Oh, great, Michelle.
I just honestly, I've always waited until last minute to do everything, as far as performing on tests, and it's prepared me so well. Working in trauma neurosurgery, you just have to be ready to go. And show business, just go. And same thing with this show this weekend, just being prepared to go with the flow. So I'll teach you a trick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're feeling really nervous. You feel like you can't breathe, or maybe your heart is racing. You feel diaphoretic. Your palms are sweaty. How do you transmute that fear into excitement? Do you know? What's your trick?
Heavy fear to excitement. Smile.
Well, yeah, because you really are
Fake
changing.
it.
Fake it till you make it is what some people say.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I like to say is a little bit more of a like an alchemy type of magic trick is breathe. So if you breathe deep enough, the body, the brain cannot figure out the difference in
Mm-hmm.
energy between excitement and fear, right? So
Ah,
breathe into that lower diaphragm. And I'll show you here. We actually have the Zoom so you can see. So
sure.
normally, your waist is kind of skinny, but when you breathe,
Diaphragm goes out and in. Yep.
yeah, so you're really engaging. We call it an Uddiyana Bandha, your core. You're pulling that navel into your spine, and that develops prana or energetic flow.
Uh-huh.
In Kundalini, we do it faster. We call it Kapalabhati. I'll show you what it looks
Sure,
like.
sure, sure. Oh my gosh. See,
So,
I have a tendency to breathe wrong, suck
mm,
in, because a lot of times if you're trying to be like, I work in television too. So I'm like sucking in and I realize I'm
mm,
not letting my diaphragm breathe. I'm not letting it out. And that's wrong. That could be causing all sorts of problems.
yeah. Well, in yoga, we say there really is no right or wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
there is optimization, right? And awareness. And like I was talking about before, if we think about a triangle, if we try to promote aesthetics, we kind of move away from wellness or
Okay.
health. And so, yeah, if we're focused all on how it looks, and society has conditioned us to believe that a big poofy Buddha belly isn't pretty,
Mm-hmm.
well, we're never really sinking in or diving deep into activation of the parasympathetic nerve, which is the only cranial nerve that exits all the way down into your lower belly. And
Mm-hmm.
that is the nerve ending that allows you to activate your parasympathetic nervous
Okay.
system, to relax, to digest, to heal, and to really become in tune with that highest self, to transmute fear into excitement. And like I did just moments before I stepped on stage, taking a deep breath. And like you said, you smile, right? And then you just radiate your energy, and it's so incredible. And that little trick you can take with you anywhere. And don't worry about what your belly looks like.
All right. Thank you. So breathe. That's a great tip. All right. We'll be breathing. And next week for the wedding, do you need any meditation before that, or you're just good, can handle everything? Because that would make me nervous.
So I meditate 40 minutes a day, at least for sure. I practice transcendental meditation, and I train my clients to learn how to be open to meditation and how to really optimize their environment to meditate in. So I will do that. That is something that I've done. I actually just celebrated my 2-year TM anniversary. So
Congrats.
thank you. And I've
And,
noticed it too, that I start to feel kind of like icky and down and sluggish if I don't keep up with that meditation practice. So I'm inviting that in twice a day.
and how do you do this with your daughter? Is she home or does she?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So in the beginning, oh my gosh,
Balance. Uh-huh.
yeah, like with children and animals, you train them, how to act. And it's by how you react. So at first, when I was learning how to meditate, I literally posted a video on YouTube, how to meditate with children. You just have this little baby like running around the room, crawling on you, she's giving you kisses and she's like rolling in front of the camera. And, eventually with time, all you do is the same thing. You elect to remain silent and still and just keep repeating your own mantra. In TM, they'll provide you a sacred vibration that doesn't necessarily have a meaning because you don't want to think about anything. All you want to do is kind of move deeper inward.
Mm-hmm.
And by repeating this, all those little thoughts and distractions from the outside or the inside become kind of lower and lower in volume. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself just like floating in space. For me, it feels like I'm kind of like a star, just bright like being, and it's incredibly euphoric. Anything, I mean, so much more uplifting than any type of alcohol or brownie or any of these like indulgent things that we can consume as a human being. It is just transcendental, and hence the name TM,
Yeah.
transcendental meditation. Mm-hmm.
So with your daughter home, you're able to still do all this now. So you've trained her in a sense where mommy has her time and does her thing. That's impressive.
Yeah, and she joins me, which is cool. She knows, she's like, "Oh, mommy, are you going to meditate?" And she'll sit in my lap. And, children are incredibly magical. They're really like a window into the reflection of your soul, right? And
Mhm.
as a development as a mother, you become much more sensitized. Someone said it like a spidey sense this weekend as we were trick or treating, but it's so true. Like as a mom, your intuition develops and heightens like exponentially as you grow and develop with your children. So, yeah, incorporating that into our practice every day and just welcoming her to sit in my lap and create this little space for her to meditate with me has been incredibly helpful.
Wonderful. Well, great. Glad to share that. What else do you want to share with everyone today about you, your services, and how you can help them?
Oh, okay. So I am completely done with moving through the seventh chakra through this Kundalini course that I have been investing in, and just being in circle with women and practicing these sacred chants and kriyas has dramatically changed my life. And really extending my services to include these new teachings of Kundalini, and
Mhm.
I love it. Remember, you talked about linguini, niccolini, and all
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, yeah. But how incredibly powerful. If there's something that you want to bring abundance to or illumination to in your life, the power lies at the base of your spine, your Shakti, this sacred, divine, feminine energy that just awaits to be uh, awoke and risen in all of our beings, whether you're male or female. So I'm excited to incorporate that into my lifestyle coaching with new clients.
Beautiful. And speaking of new clients out there, so the type of coaching you can offer to someone here listening today, from health, from mindset, from body, would you mind explaining just all the services in case they're just tuning in now? MichelleDellene.com. Obviously, you can find out more information there, find her on social media, especially Instagram. But give us a little rundown of the types of services you do provide.
Yeah, sure. So, as a yogic healer, traditionally I'm trained in allopathic medicine. So, I've been coaching people, counseling them one on one for the past 5 years as a surgical PA. And really, that's lifestyle modifications. Everything that you can do before you prescribe medications or operate or practice any type of allopathic
Mm-hmm.
Western medicine regimen, right? So that really is bridged into my program today. And as Michelle Dellene, this co-founder of my, as the founder of my company of providing healing to the healers through lifestyle coaching. So developing a personalized nutrition plan, specifically integrating yogic philosophy and working on conditioning your body through vinyasa, which is the flowy kind of yoga that's a little bit more movement paced, and yin, balancing with that very silent, still stretching, deep breathing type of yoga. And then incorporating lymphatic detoxification and alignment of the spine, really to decompression and opening yourself up to new possibilities physically and creating space for your spine, because it all lies here in the center. In yoga, we call that Sushumna, your central energy
Okay.
core. So by incorporating aerial silks and tying you upside down and kind of twisting you and applying that compression, we can heal you that way. And then by meditating. So just meditating with me is incredible. And I don't say that in any selfish way, but there's so much science behind it. When you meditate with someone who has been meditating for so long and has this incredible power to bring manifestation to what they believe in through the proof of my living, of, you can see all the fun things I'm always up to, but it is the practice of every day doing the same thing the same way,
Okay.
meditating, eating well, hydration, that positive mindset, and tuning and being honest and vulnerable, because we're all humans. Like, I shoved 2 donuts in my face right after the show and handfuls of Halloween candy. And I was like, wow, I do not feel well. And I understand why people don't feel well either. So I'm able to connect with you on a personal level. I do this, one-on-one in person, or we can do virtually via Zoom, or FaceTime, or any of those other cool audio
Yeah.
apps. And yeah, just
And
bringing
then
healing to my community any way that they need.
well, you are a ball full of energy. I can't believe it. We still have 5 minutes left in the show here, Michelle, and you have a lot to offer. As far as working with you one-on-one like this, you do Zoom, over the phone, in person as well, in Florida too?
Yes.
Great. And do you have a specific niche? I know the health and nutrition is amazing, but what is your favorite part of doing what you do?
My favorite part is bringing healing to those suffering from autoimmune disease, specifically because that's how I discovered my potential to heal.
Got it.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, all these different chronic infections, to like EBV, chronic Lyme disease. The thing is, I was kind of neglecting my health because I was working so very hard, and I never really went to any doctor because I wasn't dying. I was like,
Yeah,
well, I can just go another day. And
you're
then
fine.
I found myself incredibly ill. And after working with clients who have similar autoimmune problems, and even those that I've never treated before, just listening, becoming in tune to them, and transforming them over these incredible 12-week programs that I have
Yeah.
to offer, that is my favorite. And just inspiring them to be not only healed, but then they're like, wow, I have all this energy. What do I do? And I'm like, you can do anything you want. Like, this life is so much fun. So just being that positive inspiration and light in their life, that's my niche. That's where I really like to devote my attention.
Healthy mind and body. That was your last post, right?
Yes.
You are
Yeah.
what you eat. You say, sleep, breathe, preach, and practice. What is your energy like? What is your signature blueprint? What is your style? As women, it's normal for us to cycle through emotions every 2.5 days, to be precise. Can you tell me about that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we're lunar beings, right? So if you look at the moon outside today, it's the beautiful crescent.
Yes.
Actually, tomorrow is the new moon. So women go through cycles just like our menstrual cycle does too. And our emotions are incredibly cyclical. And this is why we are so complex and men can't really understand us. And this is where our sacred power, our Shakti, is held, in our complexity, in our ability to cycle, right? So instead of being a victim to your emotions and you're like, oh, I just feel terrible today, or just, reacting through anger or yelling or whatever it is, I invite you to just step back, become aware, and then recognize the hidden gift in it. Because there's so much beauty that comes from that emotion, which is literally energy ready to move. Get it? Emotion.
Beautiful. And the energy is here. It's exciting. Exciting to have your first podcast with us, to be on air. And I know you're excited about it too. You have so much to share with the world, with your community, with so many people that you really want to help make a difference. And it just emanates from you. You have this glowing energy about you, even just over the radio, on the phone, you do. And now in person, clearly you have a gift. And I hope people reach out to help tune in, tap into your experience and your gift. And in closing today, Michelle, what else would you like to leave for the listeners before we do have to go?
I just want you to know that you have everything you already need. It's all within you. And a lot of us can allow this critic in our head to really run the show, but it all comes back to your breath and your awareness. And if you're just still enough, if you're listening enough, you can hear all the answers that are already inside of you.
Beautiful. So what about respecting our gut, our intuition, and listening to it? Because a lot of us don't.
100%. And you'll notice that your intuition keeps chiming through over and over again. And you may just keep, brushing it off. But just, I encourage you, maybe take a leap of faith. Tomorrow's that new moon. Just listen. Do that one crazy thing that keeps popping up, whether it's on your social media feed or when you're in the shower, kind of washing yourself, thinking about it, or something, at night that's keeping you awake in bed. That's your calling. Something out there so much bigger than you is inviting you into manifestation of your dreams. So follow that.
Beautiful. And Michelle, how can we reach out to you?
You can reach out to me on my website, michelledellene.com, or just follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting fun things and getting into lots of fun stories.
And it's Michelle with 2 L's, and then Dellene is spelled DELLENE.com. Want to thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure, really, getting to see you in person as a mom, as a woman, as a fierce beast you are. And you're getting ready for your wedding next week, and you have all this calm, patience, grace, all about you. And can't wait to see more of you. All right. Good luck this week. Last minute wedding preparations, or is everything done?
Everything's good to go. I got my dress. I'm ready.
Perfect. Oh, good. Well, have a great day. We'll talk next week. And to all of our listeners and viewers, thank you for being here. We'll see you again next week right here. Don't go anywhere.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.